switched the format. So Manu is super excited. Someone, thank you. So the things we have switched stuff a little bit around. So we're now doing one monthly update call, which happened actually last week. So in case you missed it, watch the recording if you want to, which is doing a recap about everything that happened the months before, right? And the current state of the DAO. And now we're moving into this new mode where the other weeks of the month, we're looking to discuss very specific topics of importance to the DAO. You're always free to suggest one of the topics. Otherwise, me and the other stewards are going to come up with the ideas on what to discuss, because obviously we have an idea on what's most pressing right now. So on our agenda for today, and for those who might not know, we have a weekly calls channel in our Discord, right? So you can actually go there and always revise and also comment on the agenda, right? So it's a bit of both. So I'm putting that link here in the chat so you can follow up on it. And so, NFTs are only available for the monthly summary calls. Okay, that's also changed. So no NFTs for these calls. Okay, these calls don't have NFTs. All right. So that's it. The calls channel. So for today, we're discussing 3 things specifically. We're gonna discuss. We are going to discuss the calls campaign with Ninja Promo. So that will be on Sissy's agenda. We're going to discuss the current steward proposals that are up, and we're going to discuss something that I'm personally very excited about, which is the Scout Game bounties. Because as you guys know, Sissy has talked to Chris Catarella from Scout Game and Chambers, and we came to the agreement it would be super cool if Unlock and Scout Game did something together, because in fact we have a lot of stuff that needs working on when it comes to Unlock protocol, not maybe on the core mechanism of the protocol, because that's still super cool, but we could use help with user interface, with bug issues with user experience improvements, right? There's a lot that can be done, and that we would be happy to incentivize from the outside. And and then Ceci is also part of Ethereum Bolivia, where I was last week, and so it's super exciting. I also met Manuel Elias in person, which was also super exciting. And actually, Ceci, if you don't mind, can you share the Substack article again, because that's a really cool one, and I can share later on mine, because I think it just got published on Paragraph. So
sure.
The point is that, we're looking to collaborate specifically with members of Ethereum Bolivia on this. And obviously other people are also invited, right? Like, don't feel excluded, but that's kind of like the official nominator here. And on that note, and then we can talk a little bit more about it after the other 2 topics. Just want to make sure I'm getting this information out quite fast. So what you actually have a very cool chance to earn an NFT with is if you do us the favor and fill out this form. I know most of you, if not all of you, have been using Unlock Protocol pretty actively. And so you already have an idea on things that you would love to see improvement on, that we might not even know that you want to see improved, right? So I put together this very, very short form to ask you essentially for your help. Like, what's the stuff you would like to see on Unlock Protocol that, and the more, I want to say, the more visual, the more descriptive, the more with examples you can come up, the better this is going to go, right? So please dig deep and add some ideas here, because I think most of them will make it to the GitHub. And eventually to the bounty section. So please add to it, so we have a really good idea on essentially a pool of ideas that participants can draw from. But yeah, I guess first topic of the agenda is the key influencer campaigns. We had a very thorough discussion this morning in a marketing and communications meeting. But I think Ceci can share more about that and get you up to speed, and then we can discuss a little bit.
Sure. Thank you, GM, to everyone, and thank you for joining to the DAO Call. So, yeah, we have been working with Ninja Promo, a marketing agency, for the last 3 months, and we are entering on the last period of this first uh, time lapse of working with them. So, because we have already during these 3 months established all the structure and how to get working with the social media channels and doing it in a DAO way, because this is not a corporate. I don't know, enterprise, then this has been a major challenge to get things coordinated, and now we in fact we have been discussing on how to get engaged with KOLs back on February, I think. So finally now we are here with a list of KOLs that Ninja Promo suggested to work with. And let me share the screen so you can check it out. So this is the list of the KOLs that are available to work with us, and the deliverables that they would be giving to us, and obviously the price. So, in the understanding that these campaigns would mean, for example, with this KOL would mean like doing 4 Instagram stories by this price, or just only one TikTok video by this price. Should do the push of I don't know, bringing our app token to the moon. I'm not sure if that's something that would be achievable with this kind of metrics. We have discussed this on at the marketing working group call this morning. And yeah, we find it really very difficult to really have enough, not only engagement, but also like enough exposure to the KOL's audience and everything that comes around the content that that KOL is doing, for example. This may be something a little bit difficult to get really a good exposure. And then we have this proposal for from the Rise Up Morning Show. This is a show hosted by 3 KOLs. One is Alex Popovic, Chris Evans, and Matthew. Let me check. Oh, let me just a moment, please. I think it was here. Yeah, and let me see. And William Watson. So these three are the one who host this show. And the proposal they are showing us, which would be this green one, uh, show us a little bit different approach, because they are proposing to work for a 3-month period with a 6K monthly payment. So, and they would be delivering all these, no? A live show coverage, obviously with a visual logo placement, ads, reads, and products of whatever we want them to show, a standalone content also as short videos for TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, and also written content about this on their newsletters, community presentation. We could get visibility on their Discord and Circle platforms, as they are migrating their audience from Discord to Circle because of security reasons that we already have know very well. Obviously, they are also considering a community Q&A and feedback relay. This is something that since February that we have been discussing this. We are looking for something like this, and also this kind of other things as industry representation and attendance if we want them to do some kind of that kind of attendance. So these have made me think that also the deliverables that we are seeing here from these other kind of KOLs are a little bit more restricted and may not do the enough push. Instead of having this kind of coverage and exposure, as in the case of the Rise Up Morning Show, this is hosted every day, and they are doing it live streams on TikTok and Instagram. So I know for a fact that on TikTok they usually have between 80 to 100 people connected every day on their Rise Up Morning shows. Still not sure how many on Instagram, but this has made me think that this could be really helpful for what we have been looking for in the terms of a KOL marketing campaign. So the discussion this morning was, what do we do? Would we consider to go ahead and do this KOL campaign, considering that it's 18K price for the 3-month period, and this is something that it's a little bit pricey for us, considering that we are a little bit low on our treasuries, and we would need to really think what we are going to invest in or have any kind of costs to cover in the next months. So this has been the discussion, and yeah, we would like to have your reasonings about continuing to do this KOL campaign. If yes, how about doing this one? And if not, what are your thoughts about continuing with that? Yeah, Stella, please go ahead.
No, floor is open. This is really about getting more opinions on this. So it doesn't matter if you're using the chat or if you're using like unmute yourself, because obviously Stacey and I have opinions on this. So do some of the other stewards. Actually, I had a call with Andrew just an hour ago. So I can share about this as well. But first, I would like to hear your opinions.
Are we a little bit shy today?
Feels like it. But also we have a lot of new people. So the only one, I guess, who's not new is Will. Sorry, Will.
Yeah, he was on the prior call, the marketing call.
But depending on where he is, he might not be able to unmute. Okay. So here's what Andrew commented. And I think you also async spoke to Andrew, right? To David Moderator. Yes. So he thinks from a financial perspective, doing, he was in agreement about doing maybe half the period with the morning show guys. And then if it goes well, doing it maybe later this year again. right? So I was like, yeah, that's a good idea, right? So I can talk with Alex Popovich about that. Actually, he already got back to me also on TikTok. I don't know why we're writing on TikTok. We should stop writing on TikTok. It sucks. Um, but
I think we have a
yeah, he thinks
Telegram group then.
exactly. We have a Telegram group. I would push that conversation onto the Telegram group again. But so he said yes to maybe doing half of this package, right? Not the full package. Actually, turns out Ninja Premium wasn't adding any premiums on these prices yet. So
Wow.
it is the actual price. Then, but then also, and if we're already driving this strategy, it might be worth just going in a little bit further. So then there's the argument that Andrew has where he says like we should use still like one or two other influencers from this list for just these one posters to get some push here, to get some push there. And eventually the morning show just, is the consistent flow in this. But like it could help us get the token price out of the woods and help us be able to sell off some of the tokens, to finance some other ideas. So there is all of that thinking. And, I mean, I told you I'm a little bit risk adverse, but I guess it's a good idea to just go and try this, right? Because it's one of the things that we haven't tried yet. So let's do it. But then we might want to consider going more in, and I just book like two other influencers from this list to see what does it in comparison, because without doing it, we won't be really knowing. And it might actually add to getting the token price a little bit more out of the woods, right? Will says, in my opinion, these need to be run as actual campaigns, not just a one-time deal. Yeah, so if we combine it with what Alex is doing, right, then we're good, right? Because then we have exactly that. We have like a 45-day campaign, right? That's stretching over a good period of time, also in a time that will be very active for us, essentially right before DevConnect starts. So I guess it would be good timing, and it would be then a full campaign. If we just do one influencer here and one influencer there, then I guess you guys are right. This is going to be very short-lived, right? But doing it together might be a good idea. So yeah, anyway, that's all I have. And
Yeah, on
yeah,
considering the Ninja promo point of view, when they suggested this KOL list and media plan, obviously they were thinking on, yeah, okay, this will be a campaign, so we we choose the KOLs that we want to work with, so they would schedule the everything of campaign for one KOL, the next one, and the next one. So the exposure would have been or would be like very much diverse and spread along those different audiences. But considering the prices that are listed here, and the deliverables that are sent, it's a little bit tricky to really consider it as a really full campaign. And obviously, in comparison with this other proposal that would give us, even though it's one show, but that one show hosted for three different KOLs. So that's something that also make me think that that could give us a little bit more of an audience spread between the three. But maybe that's something that we could also clarify with Alex, how this could be done, and obviously if this is something that it's incorporated in the media plan that they have proposed.
yeah. So I spoke to him about that too, right? And he said, I can also put together some more details linked to that same Notion with more specifics regarding content placement. And of course, if at any point you guys want to schedule a call, we will work around your availability. So I guess this would be the next step to get like real clarification on it. So I will poke everyone in the WhatsApp group, in the Telegram group. As far as chain specifics, because I asked him if he knows that there are specific chain maximalists in his audience. And he said, as far as chain specifics within the audience, the most popular ecosystems we see represented are Solana, Base, and Polygon. But there is interest across most layer ones as well. Those three, though, as far as people who work in various ecosystems or are more power users. So more on the experienced user side, which I think like this really helped me. This answer of his really helped me. I think he should start putting this in his proposals. This is really important data to go on. So yeah, I will revitalize our Telegram chat, and then we can see that we schedule a call, because I see Will is in agreement also with the half size of the package. Andrew is in agreement with that. I think everyone new just needs time to wrap their head around it. Danny, do you have any opinion on all of this? Sorry for putting you on the spot, but aside from Will, you're one of the.
Actually, I missed the whole part of that because I was having some network problems. So I really just came back online now. So I don't have a lot of context on what was actually being talked about.
Oh, you're all good, but maybe if you don't mind, review the proposal. I think. Wait, let me actually put this one more time in the chat down here. Stacey already had this here, but doing one more time. Maybe give this a look after the call, and give us your thoughts on KOLs you think are a good idea, and maybe review that portion of the recorded call so you can take a stand on it, because essentially we would be putting this up as a full proposal. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to make it much of a choice anymore after this conversation today. So today is essentially your opportunity, because this has been in the Discord for a while. Also, this list, this format, Stacey posted the doc. So we're not going to make it a thing in the sense of putting up a snapshot, giving you a choice between the different influences, then pushing it on chain, right? It's going to be a little bit more of a fast approach. From snail to fast approach.
All right.
Yeah, to push this forward. So today, I want to say this week, last chance to comment on this. Otherwise, we're gonna make this decision and it's gonna happen.
All right, got it. Thanks for all of that. So I'll get right to it after the call.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you.
So lovely. Okay, I think we need to move on also. So Stuart proposals. I actually put my proposal on here. I would love to get more, let's say, more commentary on this, because right now it looks a little bit poor. I don't just want to propose myself to go in and win it so easily. Where would be the fun in that, right? So essentially, I propose myself to be the steward for operations and coordination, because right now I'm nothing. I'm just a DAO member. That's the truth. Just a DAO member, which is also fine, but it gives me a little bit less leverage to work on stuff. So I want to change that. But I want to change it in the sense of making this, man, where are you guys? Oh, there. Wait, sorry. Here you are. Okay. So essentially, I want to be able to continue to dedicate like real time to unlock, right? That's the goal of this, but also doing it as part of the council and not like lead steward time is over, right? There is no lead steward anymore, because now we have a council and we will want to build out this council further. That's the idea, right? So yeah, basically, this role is going to be all about it's not going to be all about the outside, but part of it is about doing internal work. I want to say a very small percentage, and doing more work going outside. What that means in more clear terms is there is a small portion that goes to the inside, and making sure that everyone here is aligned and, coordinating well, right? Then there is a part that is about product development oversight. There is a part about business planning and finance collaboration. So what I've been doing with Andrew, but doing on a much more upgraded scale. And then partnerships and grants applications, because I want to continue doing that. No matter how many times we hear no, we're eventually going to hear yes. So I'm in for the yes, right? And I think there are several benefits in that role for Unlock Protocol DAO. It means we keep being structured, we keep being aligned, we keep optimizing our operations, right? All of these things, I think, speaks for itself, that now we're operating as a DAO, as to last year. In comparison, there was only a core team that was doing stuff. This core team is no more. It doesn't exist anymore, right? So now there is only DAO members, which I think is pretty cool, because it means we're moving forward. Are we doing it at snail speed? Ceci and I had this conversation before. Yes, we are. But, on the bright side, most DAOs are, right? Until they have figured out their workflows. It's just a natural part of the process. So don't lose hope. Don't give up on us. It's just a natural element of, from a core team moving into DAO operations. It is not easy. If it would be easy, everyone would do it, right? It's not easy. So we're almost halfway there. So now we just keep pushing through. Then, doing more enhanced technical partnerships, so we can scale better, have more integrations, like all of that. It's gonna bring Unlock Protocol onto, just bring more visibility essentially to it, and then reinforce transparency and accountability across DAO core functions. I think it's also an interest of the DAO. But yeah, give it a read. If I don't hear no's and hopefully more yeses, then I will publish this towards end of the week. That's mine. I don't know, Danny, did you have a chance to work on yours again, or should I keep it for next week?
I already did. I mean, we talked about it on the last DAO call, so I
Oh,
went on
right.
right away to do that, and also left an update in the channel. So everything is set for a review from the DAO members, and it's been that way since last week. So hopefully
Wait,
they can get a chance
where's
to
the
review.
link? Where's the link to it? You didn't post an
It
update in your channel.
it's the same link. If you were to click on the
Oh
reply, just
man,
like reply to.
make it
Oh,
easy, yo.
that wasn't clear.
Yeah.
If you were let me just hop
No, I'm
over
doing
there.
it. Updated proposal. Now it's there. Okay, got
Yeah,
it. You wanna
yeah.
speak on what you updated, or you just
Oh
want
yeah.
people to review?
I can definitely go over it again. Basically, because I talked about this last week. That was last week because it seems like time runs super fast these days. I kind of like. So I updated the structure of how the initiatives are going to be uh, intended to be implemented based on feedback from the community. And I also added some more potential initiatives that were brought out. So basically, what it is right now, there's a bunch of potential initiatives that are listed there, and I think it's now up to the DAO to like decide which ones they want to prioritize based on the different things that's going on, and how that's going to be funded through bounties, so that more community members and developers can get involved in building stuff out. And then I'm also going to be there to like provide some guidance, mentorship support, and communication feedback between like developers who take that on and the DAO to make sure that everything is like aligned, ongoing, and if someone were to go MIA or pretty much not working, we would be able to know and like decide on how we're going to handle that. And also, still open to working on some of them as long as the DAO is okay with that. So that's pretty much a high level of what was changed. Hopefully, you guys heard me.
Yes, we did. We did loud and clear. I think
Okay,
you have the
perfect.
best connection you've ever had. So
Because for a
that's good
moment I
news.
thought I was just speaking to myself. I was like, oh God, no, all of
No,
that gone.
we were just listening. So
Oh,
yeah, I haven't yet reviewed your proposal, but I will definitely do so until Friday. Let's just make it a goal. Also for our newbies, this is your chance getting involved in DAO governance. I know it sometimes sounds more sexy than it actually ends up being, meaning you need to reach it. But I promise it's worth reading these things. I can only speak right now for myself, but I intentionally kept it very short. And I want to assume, like Blakehart did you the same favor, to include like just the crucial points as to what this proposal is about and what would potentially be the benefits for the DAO and so on and so forth. So key points. If you have more detailed questions, don't feel afraid to ask. I posted both channels in here, so please go and take a look at those and let us know what you think. This is what this is all about, right? And heading into the last point, which I know some people are specifically here for. So this would be about the Scout game bounties, right? So as I just shared with you, please, please, please. I know most of you are probably not big on socials and sharing stuff, right? But we need you to do us this favor of sharing this link, okay? This is like so important. Share it with your friends, share it with people that you know have an interest in Unlock, share it with people on your social media accounts. Even if it just hits like 1 or 2 people per person. Right now we're 10 people in here, right? That means 20 more people will fill out that form. Okay. So that's already fantastic. Because what I don't want is just us coming up with ideas on how to improve and then ending up in a stage where people are like, why did you improve this? No one wanted this. Right. So here's your chance of actually helping us design future changes on the protocol. And wait, let me actually share my screen and show you. So the way this is structured is I structured this in like 3 parts. Okay. So first of all, I want to know, how happy are you with the current protocol design, right? And don't be afraid to say it's 4, okay? It's okay. If you feel it's 4, then you feel it's 4. I probably have questions though. But it's okay because this is completely anonymous, as you can see. We're not asking you for a name or anything. So just be honest. It's really important for us. Then, and I'm sharing my screen, right? Yeah, okay. Then there's UI improvement, right? What's one thing in the Unlock protocol user interface that needs urgent changing? For you, right? We want to have your opinion, not what you think, what we want to hear. No. What is something that you're struggling with? What is something that you felt difficult when you first started using Unlock? This is what we want to know, right? Then feature request. Should Unlock be able at its core protocol level to do more things? I personally have an idea about that. I know Julian's already going to hate on me for adding this, but I'm going to do it anyways. And then he can freely delete it from the GitHub if he so wishes to. But at least we should make these things a point of discussion, right? And then the last one is application ideas. So I think this protocol can truly start thriving if more people build with it, right? And building doesn't mean like, oh, now I have to design something that has memberships and then this, and then you don't have to get your things all twisted on this one, okay? So it can be really light stuff. It could be a little mini game on Farcaster, right? It could be useful, I don't know, lorem ipsum tool. Okay, it could be really simple stuff that would still make sense if it would be based or powered by Web3 functionality. So, and yeah, I think it will go a long way because it's anonymous. This is why I set it up this way, because I feel like otherwise it always becomes this like, they see me. Now I feel very uncomfortable in my own skin. And then you rather don't say it, right? And like what Ceci and I really want to push with this one is be honest. Tell us what's bothering you, right? Because we're here to listen. Doesn't mean we can implement everything all at once, but we can at least try and figure out like even compromises, or, maybe the whole thing goes through. I don't know, but it's still worth it. Can you resend the link to the proposal channel again? Lucent. Yeah, sure. So actually, let me show you this too. So because we have so many new people, it's probably a good idea to give some orientation. You see half of my Discord here? Yeah. So on Unlock protocol. So first of all, maybe the most important thing is if you're in the lobby, right? And is this not working again? That cannot be. Oh, it's thinking very long. No. All right. Still thinking. Okay. Still thinking. Oh, but it's still thinking. Okay, so it works. Okay, good. So the first thing you need to do to enter Unlock Protocol Discord is actually putting out this command, because only with this command, and I think what she is doing right now, she's entering a space. She's not just pressing enter on the command. So I'll let her know after the call. But you first have to mint this membership NFT. By the way, the free one, don't get the paid one. Because this is how we protect our community from spammers, right? Because if you actually have a look, all spammers, they all get stuck in here, right? So this announcement guys, they don't get past here. They always get stuck here. And that is exactly the idea. Then you have official links. This is another cool channel. So all links connected to Unlock Protocol in their different categories you can find here. You're looking for someone, you don't really know who to ask or where to go, official links is probably the best call, okay? Then, as I mentioned to you before, we have the weekly calls channel down here in Unlock DAO. So this is where I take note and where I post the recorded calls and stuff. So if you miss stuff, this is the place to look, right? Then we do have the developers channel. So if you have developer questions, here's where they should go, right? People will look at this. And then there's the creators channel, which I guess is more of a front-end application channel. So if you're struggling with something in user interface, then stuff is not looking as expected, then put it in here. Always make sure you link your lock, and ideally have a screen recording, something that helps us understand what's happening, right? That's going to be helpful. The developers channel, I think we're going to use heavily during the hackathon with Ethereum Bolivia as well. So this is a very important channel to actually keep track of if you're going to participate in that. This is where we say good morning in English. This is where we're going to say good morning in Spanish. And then down here you have the working groups. And so, for example, the proposal from Danny is in here. You can find this here. Okay. My proposal is, because usually when it comes to proposals, we should do them in the DAO forum threads. So mine is in here, right? But Danny is always a little bit extra. So he had his own channel, doing it in his own channel, which is totally fine, by the way. So yeah, mine you can find in here. This is where you can find it. So if you go here, it will say role proposals, steward for operations and coordination, and this is where you can see my proposal right here in the chat. But yeah, either way, this is a little bit on the overall orientation of our Discord, because we have trimmed it down by quite a lot, believe it or not. And it's still a little bit much. We should probably still talk about trimming it down even further. But yeah, that's about that. I hope that was helpful for those of you who are like newer to Unlock. Anyway, any questions, any ideas, anything that we missed on our three discussion topics today. Lucent, you're welcome.
No, but I was just shilling my app in the chat. I guess you missed that.
Yes, I missed
You
that.
didn't?
Let's see. Is this the scaffold one? Scaffold? Splitter. Dread Gang.
Yeah.
What the hell is Dread Gang?
Oh, it's an NFT that is coming soon, TM. But it's a lot of things. It's more like a movement for the dreadlock style people. But the splitter, that's a whole different story actually. But the splitter, remember we had a thing where we were trying to do the splitting and all
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I just built a simple splitter that does the thing in the way that I wanted to without any complication or fancy it just put in a list of addresses and it just splits the token, or if it's ether, it's pretty simple, and it's actually kind of monetized on the back end with unlock. So there's a little fee switch that can be toggled on,
Nice.
and if it's toggled on, then you have to have like a key to the lock for the application to be able to like use the functionality. But if it's off, anyone can just use it to like split tokens or eat. So it's a pretty simple thing, but I found that it's really useful when you're like doing the types of things that we're doing, and you want to like incentivize and distribute tokens to people or stuff like that. So yeah, that's it. It's a super. Try to make it simple so you don't get overwhelmed with too many things on the screen. So it would be nice if you guys can check it out and let me know how it works. If there's like maybe some features that you might
This is
contract and
this is This is really cool. Yeah, I remember showing you splits.org and you were like, nah, this is just so much stuff happening. that we
yeah.
just need something simple. So yeah, I think this is really, really cool actually. Gives me inspiration. Like, I don't know if you have the time for it, but you might want to make like one short video, like screen recording and how this is used.
I
And
actually do.
and
I actually did one. I could share the link because it was for a reward for like an activity that we did, and I needed to distribute again. So the distribution was done using this app. So it kind of like shows everything, and it's on YouTube. So let me just grab the link real quick as well. It's a short video, so you don't have to waste too much time watching. It's like 10
awesome.
minutes
Can you
if you.
can you also send it to me in DM? No, not just DMs. Can you send it into our stewards DMs?
Sure.
Because I'm thinking maybe we can turn it into an article, you know? And probably Ceci, because Ceci is smiling. Ceci has similar ambitions here. Um yeah, this is fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Good you told me that I missed it while talking people through the Discord. Okay, then I also have some stuff to share. Are you ready? And maybe there are other people who have something to share. Yeah, exactly, Will. That is the one that we use or that we try to use. And it's a great tool, right? Splits.org is awesome contracts. But if you just want to do something fast and simple and you don't want to read like which, where, what, how, then actually what Danny built here is so much better to you. It's so much more straightforward. So, and that it comes with like an unlock NFT at the back end is obviously even better. Lucent, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So I just have a question about the proposal discussions and all. Yeah, because I kind of have an interest in DAO governance. Yeah, so I want to ask say after discussions and all, how do you vote? Like, how did you guys vote? Do I need to have a like? I'm very sure I know I need to get like I need to have a like unlock tokens in my wallet for me to be able to vote. Yeah. Is there a particular benchmark? I guess I should say, is a particular amount I have to have before I'm eligible to vote, or I just need to hold the token in my wallet?
Yeah, so it's a straightforward, Lucent. So it doesn't matter how much you have for voting, any amount counts, right?
All
You
right.
could have 4 unlock protocol tokens and you would still be able to vote.
Okay.
If you want to post a proposal on chain, you need a little bit more. I think we set a benchmark at 50,000 tokens. I think that's the benchmark. Yeah, minimum
Okay.
1 token, exactly. Yeah, for voting. So you're good. You can vote on everything that comes. You can delegate your token. If you ask me, don't delegate your token. Your voice should be your voice and your decision. But that's, Sissy's laughing because she's like, yeah, Stella and her morals around on-chain governance. And so, wait, let me share my screen. This is where we do currently vote. But I
Good.
have very strong, yes, tell me.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask, like, where do you vote? I know it's on Tally, but okay.
Wait, I will show you how you get to that link easily. So this is where we're currently at. By the way, no one execute this proposal currently. Okay, no one! Exclamation mark, because it's gonna fail if someone.
Yeah, but in fact, we were waiting on Julian to transfer some ETH
Yeah,
to
and
continue
and
that.
he's still in vacation, so nothing coming right now.
Yeah, so it's pending.
Okay, that's really important here. Don't execute. Don't execute. Okay. But yeah, so where can Lucent and everyone else get these links easily? Again, official links on the Discord, right? And then there is a folder that says governance. We do allocations for retro QF on Snapshot. Everything else is on-chain voting and goes on Tally. So you get to exactly this page by clicking that link. This is for now the easiest process. It's good. Good.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Stella. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And so one thing that we are also, because David is still with us, right? David Lemur, yeah, you're still with us. Great. So we just had a call this morning, or no, I had a call actually yesterday, my midday, with Malika and with, this is also interesting for Danny, with Malika and with Louis, about their community dashboard. I call it a community dashboard. And they already, so I keep our channel on this active. So those were the two of the winning participants of the DevFest Kampala hackathon here. So you can check out this channel also under the DAO Forum, Blockchain Developer Festival. This is where you will find the updates. And on here, actually, this is a document that Malika and Louis prepared. So I just pushed it up on Google so we can have a get out of like singular word use and work on a shared doc. But essentially, this is the questions that they are having right now to refine their idea and understand like the needs of the community. So please don't feel afraid to comment on this, because the idea that I have currently in my mind is that we're going to replace governance. This is not be no more a drop-down menu, but instead it's just going to be one page, and it's going to be a community dashboard through which you have, you will get easily to Discord. We have full integration on the voting system. People can buy up tokens, or at least get a link to buy up tokens and a link to the docs, and build in like some of the really cool features that they showed us. So that's another point of all of this. So if you're interested in this, please follow that channel, because it's probably going to have some really cool updates. Lucent, your hand is still up. One more question? Maybe I'm just seeing it as Pen. Yeah, anyways, I guess this is everything for the 27th DAO call. Good discussion, people. Next time, don't be so shy. It's fine to share your opinions. Really don't forget to get your answers into the D forum. We're going to share it a few more times this week. I'm going to drop it in the Telegram channel, going to drop it on the Discord. I know Jonathan is all over LinkedIn, sharing like crazy about a bond, about these like, this upcoming collaboration with Scout Game and with Ethereum Bolivia. And I wanted to share two more things on my end. One is I have really realized over the last year, two less people in this group know enough about DeFi. So in my own project, the Alana project, we happen to have a really cool paragraph blog, which I think would probably help some people in here to subscribe. It's in English, it's not in Spanish. Sorry for that. But we actually have a really cool professor in economics, which is based out of Berlin, who is also writing some of these articles. The last one on the blog is about liquidity pools. That's the one that I'm sharing. And that's one of his writings. And he's really trying to make an effort to explain these things in very simple terms. So there's always like a more like normal explainer first. And then afterwards, there is like a metaphor trying to capture the sentiment of this idea, of this more complex idea. So I hope this is going to be helpful to some of you. And lastly, on my own end, what I also want to share with you is my experiences from East Bolivia, because it was really cool there. Okay, I'm not just saying this because I'm biased and I love Ceci, but it was actually a really, really cool event. Like a lot of very excited people. Just as Manuel, yes, celebrating by himself. You have to open your mic. You should tell us how exciting Ethereum Bolivia was, because you were one of the mentors.
Yeah, it was super excited. Well, this time the level was super high, so all my expectations was amazing. Yeah, the well, in general, the build up was incredible. Yeah, I was like as a mentor, Stella too. She was helping me. We were into some projects, talk with them, and no, like in general, it was okay.
Yeah, I think it was pretty exciting. If I compare it to like events like Ethereum Denver, where Will and I hung out, right? I obviously Ethereum Denver is an amazing event, no questions asked. But the value of smaller Ethereum events is just it's tremendous. Like I think they're really the heart of all of this, because you can really talk with people, right? Even when Ceci and I did our presentation, we moved into more of a conversational mode for it, and gathered everyone to the front and had kind of an intimate conversation about DAOs, and they could ask questions and satisfy their own curiosity. And I think like sometimes I would wish, and I feel like even like bigger Ethereum events today, they would wish they could go back to these days, because there's tremendous value in like more like closer communities. And what I also find specifically exciting, I only like really realized this after I talked to Ceci during the event and after I joined the WhatsApp group of Ethereum Bolivia, because they have like, I think you have 3 different like core communities that compose Ethereum Bolivia, which I think is such a freaking genius idea. Like I cannot even begin to like, be like in awe of this idea, because they have one in La Paz, they have one in Cochabamba. So this is La Paz, for example. Manuel, I think you're based in Cochabamba, right? And then the
Yeah,
event this time, it was in Santa Cruz. And so you have like mini hubs that then pull resources. Oh, now I painted myself. That pull resources together into like one location to make an event happening, right? And I would assume next time your event is maybe happening in Cochabamba or it's happening in La Paz, right? But it's, I don't know. I just thought it was genius. Anyway.
Yes, yes, yes. We have our nodes, let's say, every city that opens up as a community then becomes a node, and obviously that node becomes part of the core team. And Cochabamba has been growing really fast. It's really nice to see new cities, new departments to come along, and obviously that brings like all the people from the different cities to the main event. That's the one in a year, and but obviously every city hosts its events at every month, at every pace that they define. In La Paz, we hosted once a month regular meetups, and on those we give some talks, we expand some activities and things like that, so the people can get really into what's going on with Ethereum, what's going on in the community, on our context also, because right now Bolivia is like exploding on crypto and everything, so we're just trying to get into the wave of that. And obviously, yes, exactly. So yeah, but we want people to understand that crypto is just the tiny minuscule part of the whole blockchain Web3 ecosystem. And yeah, it's a struggle, but it's a really nice struggle to work with, because then you can be creative and start doing things around education and all of that. So yeah.
Look at Will diving in deep, attending the past monthly meetings. This is going to be a cool addition to the tribe.
Yes,
Awesome.
please. And you know what? We recently had the build-a-thon, So, but then we applied to get on the Aleph Crecimiento, which is a really big movement here in Latam, and we are planning to do some other event here on August. So let's just say that this is going to be the month of hackathons and everything in Bolivia. So yeah, we're still on the highest peak of the wave.
I think it's really great to see these kind of communities flourish and pop out everywhere, pop up everywhere. And Cosmo Gonzalez, he is very right. I had a fantastic time with you guys. It was such a short time. It was only 4 days. But like from everything that I've visited so far this year, this has been my favorite. And I think it's gonna change, even with DEF Connect coming up later this year. DEF Connect is obviously an amazing event, and it's great to be part of it. But again, it is already too big to capture this kind of sentiment. And also, that is something that I specifically want to give a shout out to in South America. You have a lot of young people involved, a lot of very curious people, a lot of people with new and fresh ideas and a different point of view on the world, which I think is probably very similar to the African continent. Because it's time that old people, like, they have to step back because they have fucked up so much shit for us. Like, we need older people to just step back, right, and make space for new ideas. Will all of them succeed? Of course not, right? But only if we try and if we explore and if we experiment, we can actually really find out. So that is like a huge shout out to South America and to the African like crypto focused communities, that there's a lot of that happening. That's really cool. Sissy, you can now send images and memes in here. Like, how did that happen?
I don't know. I placed the GIF and it worked.
Oh, right. There's no gift. Oh my God. Like, Huddle is like, you don't use it for like 1 week and you go back to it and you're like, this is an entire new application. What the hell did they do? This is so cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
big shout out like always to you guys are totally throwing you off my game here. Okay, guys, it's been a minute. I want to close this for now. Thank you guys for attending. Manuel, please do me the favor of also like sending this forum to a bunch of people that you know. Ceci doing the same, me doing the same, Andrew doing the same, Jonathan, like everyone do this. Then we will have a lot of really cool bounties. I think we can start working on with Ethereum Bolivia and some other developers who are interested. Sounds good?
Sounds really good to me.
Good. Happy 27th DAO call. No NFT. NFTs are now exclusively mintable during the 1 monthly summary call. So you better attend or there's not going to be your special NFT coming. But yeah, it's going to happen in 3 weeks again. So you're going to be fine. You're going to have one or two, maybe. See you guys around. See you guys in the chats. Any ideas, please let us know and put them in the chats as well. And bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you.
Bye.